Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Springbank 12 Cask Strength Batch 21, released in 2020. Dustin. Comes in at 56.1% ABV. What else can you tell me about?
So, Mike, this is a very special Springbank 12 Cask Strength.
As opposed to the other 9 you have?
Yes, as opposed to the other 21 releases.
Batches?
Now, I don't know what there's a new batch that just came out. I haven't looked at that one. But this is the first Springbank 12-year-old that is not purely bourbon and sherry cask maturation.
All right, what else we got in here?
So this is 45% sherry. I just apologize, guys. I couldn't remember it. 25% bourbon, 25% Burgundy, which, as you remember, Mike, we were pretty big fans of that Burgundy wood.
We were.
And 5% port, and you know me, port is the magic word anytime you talk Springbank, especially.
Color, beautiful, rich, natural.
And it's a little darker, I think, than the traditional 12 years have been. Just a hint.
Justin, you're a huge fan of these 12s. You know which ones are the good ones, which ones are the great ones, and which ones are the ones to avoid.
Yep.
This one was?
This, to me, Mike, is probably above average, but not one of the epic ones. But let's get into it, see what your thoughts are, because...
I'm smelling sherry, I'm smelling Springbank funk.
And we should do a little shout out to Cohen, who was one who requested this.
Yeah, this particular one, you're right.
He wanted us to see what we have here, and you know what? Cohen, I've had a good bit of this, but I have not touched this in a good month. I've been letting it air out, because I know these bottles sometimes need you to just drink half of it and let it go.
Definitely.
And I obviously bought a couple of these.
Springbank needs time, oxidation in the bottle, and time, oxidation in the glass both. And once you have both of those things going back and forth, you can usually have a really nice experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Mike, right away.
Yeah, Cohen's one of our better posters.
Yeah.
Or commenters, I should say.
Yeah, and I get to talk with Cohen on a couple different live streams. We talk on Telex and Malt Musers Tasty Tuesday, so always a fun guy to talk with.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I contribute that Tasty Tuesday every once in a while.
You do, yeah. You've provided a few things for a muser, for sure.
He's a good guy, I like him.
All right, so Mike.
Yeah, dirty sherry.
This is classic Springbank.
Dirty cookies.
But here's what I'm getting that's different. And it's way back there, it's subtle, but there is a little bit of bouillon cube in here. At the very end, there's a little bit of bouillon cube, which is what I believe is coming from that Burgundy. Awesome. And that is a unique note I've never gotten on another Springbank 12. And when I first got to this one, that was where I kept going back to, is there was a slightly salty, meaty note, but it wasn't like your traditional steak or barbacoa or pork butt or something. It was this weird, like something you'd get on like a Chinese food or something like that, and I couldn't place it. And
something has MSG on it?
Yeah, it's a bouillon cube. It's just a little hint of that.
There's something overly salted.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's some kind of fish that's been, burned and salted. But bouillon cube is where I go to.
Yeah, but with that salt, there's nice sweetness to this as well.
Oh, again, it's very back there. But it's the one thing that jumps out is this was what makes this different.
Beautiful whiskey.
Now, overall, it's on the light side of sweet. I don't get as much vanilla as I get on some of the Springbanks. I don't get as much sherry or wine cask as I get on some.
I get a good dollop of sherry in wine cask.
There's wine here for sure, but it's not on the extreme end, especially on those old black box ones that were really heavy sherry.
Yeah, you were fans of those.
God, yeah, some of those are great.
Older whiskeys. Whiskey before was better, huh? Shocker. Shocking revelation.
We, at some point, need to do a black versus red box and go for two of the hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just beautiful. I mean, the vanilla's here, the richness is here. It's all your Springbank 12 notes.
I agree. Very reminiscent of Springbank 12. It's one of the better ones, I would say. I'll tell you what, on the finish though, man, you get those dark fruits from that sherry cask on that finish for sure. And then, man, it's so stinging on the finish, on the sides. And then you get that funkiness on the side, on the finish, and then it comes in. Lovely, light chocolate.
That finish is distinctly port influenced.
Oh, you know what? I do recognize the port cask now.
Distinctly. I was shocked. And I've had this conversation with two other people on this particular bottle where I said, holy crap, I really noticed that port. I was not expecting to really know what the port was doing, and I just kind of thought I'd get something different. No. There's a distinct port note at the finish, and there's some very good dunnage sherry notes in the upfront and the mid palate.
There is, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. I missed both of those.
And the Burgundy is adding a saltiness here that's a little more than you usually get on a Springbank 12. Slightly saltier, and the combinations. It's a weird balance of the 12 year. It's different than any other 12 I've had. And again, that's why I kind of say it's better than average, but it's not one of the wow ones because I kind of feel it's a little noisy.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I don't know that it all works together. It's all there. It's interesting.
It's a crescendo. You know what I'm saying? Like you're hearing every piece in the band at this point.
Yeah, but it's a crescendo where everybody started at a different time.
Yeah, it's a little disjointed.
Yeah,
I would say.
And the conductor's doing his thing, and
everyone's trying to show off.
Two guys kind of went a little awry, and the other guys are trying to kind of stick together, and they're just like...
Everyone wants the ball.
To me, the port and the Burgundy are trying to be team players, and the sherry and bourbon are just like, we're going to go our own way. And they're like, I thought we were trying to blend. And they're like, nah, we're going to throw some extra sherry at you, and then we're going to throw some...
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. I think there might even be a little bit of sourness from the bourbon barrel, like maybe it wasn't a first fill. Just a hint.
What I say earlier, this is one of the Springbank 12s I'll remember just because how much it has going on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a lively experience, even for a cast strength Springbank 12, which is usually a lively experience.
Now, water it starts to bring it together, and then it goes off in its own different weird direction again. They brought the sweetness together, but the wines are just fighting with each other in a really, it's playful, it's fun. It's kind of like if you were watching a couple of young cats go at each other. They're fighting, they're not going to hurt each other. You're kind of annoyed because they're loud and obnoxious, but it's all good.
It's not interwoven, it's a little chaotic.
Yeah.
You never know what you're getting next. And you may be getting a different series than I am.
Yeah. It's not a crescendo, it's a cacophony.
Okay.
It's a little noisy.
A little noisy.
It's like, you're trying to take a test and everybody's talking in the room all at once. And you're like the last one trying to finish up. And you're like, seriously, guys, really?
And you're easily distracted.
Yes.
I'd already wrote down C for everything by that time. I was already done. I was checked out.
You were never the last one done with the test. I'm sure of that.
All right, Dustin. We're as far as Whisky score on this one. I was never the last one done with the test. I got things to do. I'm efficient.
Yeah.
There are answers that needed to be answered.
Yeah.
And I'm getting through that.
I remember once I was the first one done with the test by half an hour. Turns out there was a back page I missed.
Silver story I tell you off camera.
But anyway, I'm in an 86, Mike.
Exactly. I'm an 86. I'm under 2 on this one. That's exactly where it was as far as an 86. Good example of Springbank 12.
And I think I always go back to if 85 or better, that's a whiskey we strongly recommend at reasonable prices. And these run, all right.
$180?
Oh God, no.
What do you mean?
So you should be paying $130 for these. You can find these for as little as $100. And our UK friends, I'm sorry guys, I know you pay like $3 for these, but you can't buy them. Our prices are super high. We can find them.
I've never seen one for less than $120.
Yeah, I bought 3 of these at $99.99.
Good deal.
But it's a store that hadn't tariff increased their prices, and I think they've since fixed that mistake, and they're now $130. So
that's about right.
Yeah, $130, fair price. But if you can get them for $100, it's a backup situation where you want to have this for
Very good whiskey.
You're
in that regard, very similar to Lagavulin 12. If you're saying this is about $130 whiskey, that's about what Lagavulin 12 is.
That's what it used to be, yeah. And that's what it's. This is for me. This is the Lagavulin 12 for me. Like you buy tons of those. You have a collection.
I did until 2019 happened.
Yeah, for me, these are still kind of one of those bottles. I want to buy 2, 3 of every release, and they're good quality whiskeys. They're well worth that price. Again, I know our friends in the UK are sitting here going, "We pay like £45 when they're retail," but
good for you guys.
But you guys can't find them.
Yeah, good for you.
We can buy these all day, so
we're drinking them.
Yeah, they cost us twice as much money, but we can get them.
This is America. You can always make more money.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so we're both at an 86 out of 100. If you guys have had this particular Springbank 12 2020 version, let us know what you think. And Dustin, until next time, we'll wish the folks
happy drinking.
See you next time.